Peace, power, prosperity. Peace, power, prosperity. How you doing, Yafeuh, Balogun? I know it's been a while, been a minute. Been out in the streets, making things happen, patrolling the community, doing these sort of things. These sort of giveaways, pampers and diapers and all this type of stuff. I think is important to do. But in addition to all of that, and that's all that's going on locally here in my neck of the woods, which I think is probably going on in everybody's neck of the woods, is that you have a certain section of the community that has not, and they have to figure out how to get resources to the community to where they live. And that's how folks like myself, and I'm sure possibly yourself, could assist with bringing some bit of education in the process, which makes it a little bit easier for folks. And what I can tell you is that it's very clear to me on some of the things that we should be doing or ought to be doing. Uh, but it has to be, we have to be entrenched in those communities. So this past Wednesday in the Browns, I don't know if anybody's familiar with Highland Hills or if anybody's familiar with the Browns, but there was a 6-year-old child that was shot in the Browns. And the way I come to find out, I found out rather late, I think, uh, yesterday. I found out because we were supposed to be delivering some Pampers to that particular area. And that's how I found out about it. And so I just wanted to shine some light and really discuss what it is I think that we should be doing. And number one is the organization aspect in the community, which is providing the organization. Now, of course, as you can see the logo on my chest here, I'm a part of an organization called Community Movement Builders, and then you can look us up online and see exactly what Community Movement Builders is and what we are about. You'll come to find that we're in several locations around the country. I think specifically 9 or 10 locations around the country where we are headquartered at, and we are very committed to wanting to work directly with the people and work directly also with those folks in leadership that want to work directly with the people within our principles, so to speak. And so now we're more so challenged. Those of us who've been organizing in Highland Hills for the past 11 or 12 years, which we have been doing as a collective group that I've been a part of, uh, we're about to embark on attempting to make sure that those folks that historically have been marginalized have the ability to become politically active, have the ability to know exactly where the resources at that's going to make their community better. And I think I got a elder who's always in communication with me and talking with me, has always brought things to my attention, is that that's what we lack. We lack that awareness or that knowledge of those things exist. And so those of us that are on the ground every day, consistently every day, or at least have our ear to the streets and know exactly what's going on, I challenge you to let's move from the point of organizing our people around or getting them around mutual aid to the extent now of organizing them politically. And what I mean by politically, I mean shine a spotlight, if you will, on what's going on at local city halls, but also exposing contradictions at the local level. I think that's important. And that way, when it comes down to holding leadership accountable in the city, it's not we're not looking at having to pick from Satan and having to choose from the devil. Like we'll know the differences because most folks don't know who's who, and so there's a chance for some accountability. And so I'm also a community engagement specialist, and what that is that we've been actively working to patrol our communities ourselves. And so we try not to be so dependent upon folks that's not necessarily from our communities. All right, which means that our job is essentially to deter, and we do everything we can to talk with folks, let them know about us, let them know about our program, our chief program, which is the Malcolm X Academy, which is designed to help youth, uh, and educate them on, especially on information that they may not necessarily come in contact with at school. That's important. But the community engagement specialist, we had a stint in 2019 in the Greens, which is basically an apartment complex, if you're familiar with Dallas, in the Highland Hills area. And that's where we patrolled for about 5.5 months. And just here recently, in 2025, we decided to reactivate the community engagement specialist, which is basically a coalition of groups, primarily community movement builders. Again, the organization I'm a part of, and an organization that I serve as a board member on, Commissary is very necessary. Those are the primary groups, if you will, as far as the community engagement specialist is concerned. And so we're going to take it to a different level here. And basically, it's the objective is to point folks' minds to what's going on in City Hall, bring the resources directly back into the community, and in addition to that, expose the contradiction that exists. And all in all, we hope that we can make our community a little bit better by these sacrifices and by the energy that we put towards these objectives. The ultimate goal is to make our people feel a little bit more freer from their experiences of hard times and oppression. And that's basically it. That's essentially it. I couldn't say anything else additional about that. And like I say, uh, we've been out here for quite a bit. Uh, if you watched previous videos of mine, you can see me in different iterations of my level activities. You can see me in a position of uh, the Gorilla Mainframe, which I'm a co-founder on. You can see me in the iteration of the Huey P. Newton Gun Club, which I'm a co-founder of. You see me now as far as community movement builders operating in the nonprofit space and actually being entrenched in the community because we have a property on Basswood in Highland Hills, which we plan to make that a focal point of everything that we do. We think it's absolutely important that we be entrenched in the community. And so not only were at one particular time we was just coming to the community, now we are stakeholders in the community as well. And so, do me a big favor. I'm just kind of talking here, but if you could do me a big favor, like, share, subscribe to my channel. We really want to be able to show kind of some things that's going on in Highland Hills with our focus, and you'll see us in the community at City Hall, back and forth. And really, our attempt is to try to make the community just a little bit better than what it is today. So, peace, power, and prosperity. It's been an absolute pleasure. Like, share, subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that so much.